If you are facing this problem as you install your Windows, then you can't continue. You have to convert your internal disk, the disk installed in this computer, from MBR format to GPT format. So the step one is going to be, to quit this window by closing it, and you're here to the home page of Windows installation. And what you're going to do, you're going to press Shift and 10 at the same time on your keyboard, and this window will appear, which is the CMD window. Now what you're going to do, you're going to type the name of the disk we want to install on Windows. So for me, it's disk C, and I hit enter on my keyboard. For you, if you have a different disk name, please type it. Now from here, we're gonna type DIR and type enter on the keyboard. Now you can see the disk I do have, it's here. All the information here is, it has a meaning, but for us, let's say it doesn't matter. So the next step is going to type Notepad on this keyboard and hit enter. As you can see, now we have the normal Notepad where we can type everything, JJ, KK, but we don't want all those things. So what we're gonna do now, press Ctrl and O on your keyboard, and this will come. Or instead of pressing Ctrl and O, go to File and Open. The normal things we do when when using computers. So click Open. Right now, this is what I have. Let me go to this PC so that we can see all the disk I do have on this PC. Please, my phone, focus. Yes. Okay, let me do this. Okay, right now, as you can see, I only have local disk C, and I have the CD drive, which is D. Then this one, E, is the USB with the Windows, the one I want to install, the bootable USB, this one. This is a mouse that I'm using, okay? And then these other two things, I think it's a system partition for the Windows 10 installation USB. So now I'm going to plug another drive. It's here, this one. I'm going to plug it here so that I can copy my important files from this PC to this USB. Now I expect to see it here, but I'm joking. You can't see it unless if you refresh. Right click and click refresh. Now you can see we have another drive. It's called, this name, and it's G. So now I can copy everything from this computer, not only the C, the local disk C, in case you have so many other partitions and disks in your computer. You can copy everything from one place to another place. For me, everything I have is on this disk. Now I need to go to the desktop. So choose desktop. Nothing happens. If this happens to you as well, maybe let's select documents. Let's go to documents. Nothing happens again. So if this happens to you, what you do, go to this PC and select local disk C, the disk you want, and then select users and open the username you want, where your files or photos are located. For me, I have 2 users on this computer. This is the user, this is another user. So the files I want, they are on this user. As you can see, it's 17 GB. So I'm gonna open it by double click, and then I have the desktop. I can double click, and as you see, it's now open, and I have so many files here. So I'm going to copy, some of them like font and send to that G. It's here. You can see now it's blinking here. You see? That means it's sending data to this drive. And if we go to that drive, which is G, I'm sure it's here. Okay, now let's go back. We can copy another thing. Maybe I need this. Let me send it there. G, if I want. Okay, you see there's nothing which is happening. Okay, anyways, sorry. Also, if I want, I can delete. Let me say I want to delete this. I can press, delete button on the keyboard, and it has been deleted, but you continue to see it. That's because we haven't refreshed. Okay, if I refresh by pressing by pressing shift plus F5, you see you won't see it again. It has gone. If I want, also maybe I can send the inspiration music. I can copy and come to the USB G, and then right click and paste. Just wait a little bit, and we see, as you can see, it's copying. The USB is working. And let's go there. It has finished, but you can't see it. Remember, it's called inspiration mode. So to be able to see it, right click and refresh. Now you see it here. Okay, now this is how you can copy everything from the drives, the internal drives, the external drives as you're installing. Now let me assume that I've finished to copy everything I want. Then I can close this one. Oh, sorry, I can also close this, but instead of closing it, let me go back and eject all the unnecessary disk which I will not use during the installation. So I'm gonna, you can now eject it. You can click here and it will be ejected. Okay, but I'm not ejecting it. So click on close, and then close the notepad as well. So we are back here. Now the next step is going to be converting that disk from MBR format to GPT format. So what we are going to do is to type disk path like that and hit enter on your disk on your keyboard, and then click list disk. We want Windows to list all the disk it has. I made a mistake. You see, instead of writing disk, I put DIVSK. So write it very well. Repeat. List disk and click enter. Now you see all the disks I have in this computer, internally and externally, all those disks which are connected internally or externally. As you can know, I only have two externals, this one, the one with the Windows 10 OS, and this one I was copying files to, and the internal one. So as you can see, there are three. One is called disk 0. It's online. The size is 232 gigabyte, and disk 1, disk 2. But look at this one, it has the star. GPT formatted disk, they have star. If they don't have, if it's empty, that means those disks, they are formatted, they are MBR format. And the one we want, which is disk, the first one, as you can see, it doesn't have a star. That means it's MBR. So the next step is going to select the disk we want. So we're gonna type select disk and then the number of that disk. For me, it's 0, as you can see, and then hit enter. If for you it's not 0, then select that number. You see, disk 0 is now the selected disk. The next step is going to clean it. Type clean and hit enter. Just wait. Disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. You see the message. Now the next step is going to convert it from MBR. This, by the way, from here we have deleted everything, including my photos, videos, also the Windows OS. It has been deleted, but it is still MBR format. So now we're going to convert it by typing convert space GPT. Okay, hit enter. Disk part successfully converted the selected disk to GPT format. You see, now we are done. We have backed up our data and we have finished to convert the disk. So the next step is to exit this place. Type exit and type it again, exit, and we are back to the Windows installation homepage. Now let's continue with our installation by clicking install now. And if you have the key, the product key, put it there. If you don't have, click I don't have. And then accept the license terms. Click next, then choose between upgrade and custom. I believe you know what you're doing. I believe you know the difference. So for me, I'm gonna choose custom because I want to install the fresh OS. I want to to format everything. So click here, and then as you can see, I only have now one disk, but it's called unlocated. Can I install? Yes, as you can see. Now there is no other error which says that it's MBR. So if I want from here, I can, create partition on that disk by clicking here, and then give the disk, the partition, the size I want, and click apply. But for me, I don't want that, so I'm gonna cancel. Now I'm gonna continue with drive 0 unlocated space and click next. Now you see the Windows is starting to install the Windows operating system on this computer. So I hope now the next steps, how they follow each other. The main purpose of this video was to show you how to solve the issue, and it has been solved. You have backed up your datas and you are able to install the Windows OS on your computer. So far by now, I believe you like the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And also check in the video descriptions. There are links for the recommended SSD, very cheap one on Amazon.com. You can buy them and own them. Also, if you want, you can buy me a coffee on my Patreon. And yeah, share the video, show me the love. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.